According to new emails obtained by the Washington Post, Virginia Ginny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, apparently wasn't only trying to overturn the election results in the state of Arizona, but she had also emailed multiple Republican officials in Wisconsin, begging them to overturn Wisconsin's 2020 election results. These emails, of course, have now been obtained by the Washington Post. They were dated November 9th, sent at, I believe, 10:47 a.m. on November 9th. And she used the same kind of email generator that she used to send to the officials in Arizona. So what that means is she used this online platform called Free Roots, had this pre-written email, typed in all the email addresses, and boom, it immediately goes out to all of them. So it is important to understand she wasn't sitting there individually emailing each one of these officials. But here is part of what the email said. Please stand strong in the face of media and political pressure. Please reflect on the awesome authority granted to you by our Constitution, and then please take action to ensure that a clean slate of electors is chosen for our state. Now, it's also important to remember that that is, in fact, not your state, Ginny Thomas. It's not where you live. It's not where you're from. Neither Wisconsin or Arizona, because you sent the same thing to both of them. So not exactly sure what you mean. And also know the Constitution doesn't allow for states to just throw out electors because they're not happy with the results of the election. There was no evidence of fraud that would indicate that the electors were fake, but you and other Republicans still pushed to actually have the fake electors. Now, Ginny Thomas is technically not in any position of power. And I bring that up because this is not like they were getting emails from, Donald Trump or Donald Trump's legal team or an actual sitting lawmaker. Technically, she's just a random woman out there in the United States sending angry emails, right? She's a Karen. Let's just say what it is. She's a Karen. But she is married to a Supreme Court justice. So does that hold any weight? And the reason I'm bringing that up at all is because, yes, it is important. That's going to determine whether or not she is just classified as an angry citizen who wanted the election overturned. You can't exactly prosecute somebody for that. Or was she trying to leverage her last name, Thomas, being connected to Clarence Thomas, in order to effect that change? That is absolutely something that might need to be investigated, if that's what she did. So there's a lot of gray area here, folks. But I think the one thing we can all agree on at this point is that any case involving the 2020 election, and I would go as far as to say any case involving Capitol rioters, Clarence Thomas clearly cannot be impartial. And I know that Ginny Thomas, Clarence Thomas swear up and down like, oh, no, we keep our professional lives and our public lives and our private lives. All of that is separate. Really? You don't talk about anything at the dinner table at night? You don't say, hey, how was your day? Oh, by the way, after I, went out for a walk this morning, I tried to overturn the election. I refuse to believe that didn't come up at some point in some conversation that you had with your husband. And if that is the case, of course, which probably is something we're not going to be able to prove, but either way, Clarence Thomas definitely needs to recuse himself. It'd be great to kick him off the court, of course, as many people are calling for right now, calling for his resignation. Don't waste your breath with that. That is absolutely not going to happen. If you think Clarence Thomas is going to resign because his wife sent a couple emails, then you're kidding yourselves. The best bet we have is for the Democrats to continue to work on and pass their legislation that would basically put the term limits on the Supreme Court. Clarence Thomas would be the first to be kicked off. That's what needs to happen. Now, Ginny Thomas, of course, is still fighting a subpoena from the January 6th committee. That issue has not yet been resolved. Her lawyer's trying to argue that, hey, she's totally willing to comply, but she really has no reason to come and talk to you guys. Nope, I'd say that all these emails are a good reason for her to come and talk. But again, it's going to depend on who they're talking to. Are they talking to a concerned citizen? Or are they talking to the influential wife of a Supreme Court justice? Because trust me, that distinction matters. Everything hinges on that distinction. And I bet the committee's going to play it smarter than we think because they've been pretty astounding so far. So I have to imagine they know exactly how they want to approach Jenny Thomas. I know what a lot of you out there are thinking. You're thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if you could wear the Ring of Fire logo across your chest? Well, now you can. Just head on over to our Teespring page to find some awesome merch we're offering for our viewers. We have more designs that are going to be added in the near future, so just follow the link in the description or take a peek at the shelf of merchandise under this video. Thanks for watching.